signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is October 31st, 2022. It is 2:54 a.m. I was editing some videos. I did one part while it's rendering. I was like, let me record some stuff and then continue with editing. And I want the quiet time that I'm searching for. I have it, so I'm gonna use it before everybody gets up. Okay, so this is my back end. New subscribers, welcome, and thanks existing supporters and new supporters. All right, so let's go on Twitter. I have a lot to share with you. What just happened? I just put this. Let's try it again. I just put that link. Okay, so I thought I start this video with this tweet. I have more tweets on Halloween at the end, but this one I want to start with that one first. All right, happy Halloween. There's that picture here during the Queen's funeral. Okay, so oh my god, the things at the end, the comments. Okay, happy Halloween. Oh my god, a side hoe royal scarecrow. Oh my god, I didn't read that part. You scared me. More like this. Wow. Trying to throw shades back and forth. Wow. God knows. Okay, the witches of Windsor. Where did they park their broomstick? I'm surprised that they have reflection. I'm shocked the mirror didn't crack. Okay, haha, good one. The witches of Windsor. Happy Halloween. Ha. All right, so let's move on to other ones. Next tweet. There's this here. 2007 from Sweden. There's the laugh and the skull. The future of Great Britain, a drunk and manipulative thought. Wow, they saw it and they knew it from the beginning. Wow, wow, wow. And not much has changed, really. Well, Harry left. Well, Harry's not in the picture, so let's not bring Harry into this craziness. Wow. He looked disgusting here as well. But anyway, okay, there's the look. They attained sainthood when the biracial one arrived. He even looked incandescent with rage drunk. Yep, that's what I was looking at. My, how things have changed. What a big difference a biracial woman can make. They knew. That's right. Okay, they suddenly became saint in 2016. Okay, they knew. There's that. Okay, funny because it's true. That's a different language. That's the laugh. Good morning, Britain. With really, who was it? WW and KKK. Alright, wow. His hair was thinning even then. Yep. It's that white powder on the pegging Prince's nose. Okay. Is there white powder in his nose? Like around here? Oh shit. Damn. Yep, he looking incandescent there too. Let's see here. Okay, I refuse to buy any magazine or book out there that don't show the same respect to Prince Harry and his family as they do for his brother and his family. Working royals or not, don't promise you will care for your cousin. You can do the same for both your children and their family. Oh my gosh, Sussex reporters have all the visit. That's what I'm saying. Since 2017, since 2007, they dug this out. Media outlet, the UK always enjoy the freedom to tell the truth about the British royal family. So refreshing. Wow, wow, wow. But let's move on to the next one. Let me not waste time, because when I'm editing and I mumble through the recording, I get pissed. That's why I started to hate editing. Alright, next tweet. Prince William chose to side with the same tabloid press that killed his mother because he was losing his whipping boy brother. Self-indulgent, pompous, and whiny, just like his father. I saw this comment. I started laughing and I respond to Henry here. Get a new interest, mate. And she responded and said, yet here you are, which is true. And there's me with my emoji, my GIF. You're not wrong there. I just responded to it 7 minutes ago. Okay, also very thin skin and no balls like his supposed daddy too. Yes, as simple as that. I concur, speak on it, totally. Fact, Kamala will not be kind to either of them, and I'm okay with that. Also, he didn't want to be exposed for raw dogging roles and a cheater to boot, following well in daddy's footsteps. Alright, so there's more comment. Let's move on. This one, I saw it. I don't want to focus on the kids. Let's see what I have to say about it. I put something say kids here. Even though it's making reference to the kids, kids will be kids. Let's make that clear. And settings where that's meant for adults, kids should not get involved. Even if kids are there, we should not even have a criticism of kids. But the only reason I'm I'm bringing this up is because of who? Okay, who's making reference to the kids. All right, Camilla was left feeling annoyed at Princess Charlotte's behavior during the Queen's funeral. All right, kids will be kids. I have nothing to say about that. I didn't even though I have videos about the funeral, I didn't watch the funeral to its entirety. I get video clips to make my perspective, my own viewpoint of whatever I've shared with you. But personally, I did not sit and watch the whole shenanigans. Alright? So just to make that clear. Alright, Princess Charlotte's behavior at Queen's funeral saw Kate's scolded by Royal. The Queen's consort, Camilla was...
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
The Queen's consort, Camilla was...
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
The Queen's consort, Camilla, was left feeling annoyed at Princess Charlotte's behavior during Queen Elizabeth II's state funeral as eagle-eyed viewer. In my humble, at least the things that I saw, I think, in my humble opinion, the kids, Louis and Charlotte, I think that's her name, right? Charlotte, they seem to be behaving fine to me. I didn't see anything. All right, let's read some of the comment. All right, George pinched her and they mad because Charlotte said, ow. What? make this make sense. The UK is so screwed up. George needs to have his backside paddle. Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch it, so I didn't know he did anything to her. Alright, so action and reaction. They're already training the older brother to be, you know, this freaking just like the rest. Anyway, besides, why did they bring very young kids to a state funeral to begin with? Hello, it makes no sense. That's what I'm saying as well. Both of them are kids. They will. I'm even surprised they didn't even run around. Well, they had a understanding age kind of, so I could understand. But I think they were behaving well. You know, something that crossed my mind while I'm editing is that what I think is happening, or it's going on, my humble opinion, is that she's already catering to the next in line, you know, future. That way, God forbid, if anything happened to the current and the next one, all right, so at least the younger one already have a positive feeling towards her, because she's already laying out for what happened next, so she could still be in the mix, you know, the way she captured Charles. So she wants to make sure she's favorable to the others. Right? But sometimes life, okay, God be throwing some curveball. So she, you know what, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I think that's what is happening right now, based on my observation. She's already catering to the future. That way, God forbid, if something happened, she will still be in the mix. All right, so that's it. Okay, this sounds like Meghan called or emailed this story to you. What? Meghan? Please don't bring Meghan into this shenanigan. She left. She doesn't want to deal with this nonsense. Okay, let's see here. Okay, go up. This is the British press warning up for when the Spears get older. Piece all to do with Meghan. The press had plenty to say about the royals before Meghan was ever heard of. There's no receipt. I'm telling you, once these people start coming, the squad bring receipt out. Look at the previous tweet that I was sharing with you from Sweden. Alright, the mom and the father of the kids, how they were behaving. Okay, Sophie topless. I've shared this before on other videos. Okay, it wasn't I who bullied Charlotte, it was Camilla. Meghan never quoted anybody saying anything, so they're just inserting their nonsense here. Alright. How about focus on what they could be learning at home? Maybe not take 7-year-old to state funeral. Yep, exactly. They're trying. The reason I think they bring the kids, because the parents, they're not in good term, whatever term that they are. I don't know. Okay, instead of talking about them, they're talking about the kids, which is very, very cynical of these people. All right, I hope Princess Diana. This is why I'm always saying we need to pray for those kids, because only because of Princess Diana. Okay, but you know what? Kate and Will had no choice. They signed an invisible contract with the tabloid, which meant those overexposed kiddos are no longer off limits. Oh my God, that's scary. Okay, if I were Kate, I would be pissed. Father-in-law's side piece telling her how to raise her kids. That's another thing too.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Father-in-law's side piece.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Father-in-law's side piece telling her how to raise her kids. That's another thing too. But Kate will take it because she will always be a doormat in exchange for shiny jewelry. Charlotte is probably plotting her escape already. Harry and Meghan have a spare room for her, and at least 3 bathrooms. Hopefully, this is what I'm saying. We need to pray for another, 3 more miracle to happen over there for the kids, because of Princess Diana, the same way that happened to Harry. Because I do not see how those kids gonna be escape from this delusional kind of an institution. You have both parents, and their parents' sides are completely, I don't know, what word would you put from the outside, in your humble opinion? What word would you put for those adults, people over there raising kids? I do not see how these kids will escape this institution. At least Harry is out of that space, where Harry was smart enough to marry someone who wasn't born in the UK. Because if Harry had married someone in the UK, a Brit or whatever it may be, where were they gonna go? Okay, I guess they will have to move to another country. But him marrying someone who is not Brit, okay, who has another somewhat stable country, somewhat, okay, there's question mark in the US as well, okay, to easily leave and said, I'm moving to my wife's homeland where he could feel more secure and comfortable. So now that he is out, okay, at least the others, depend on how their mindset is once they become adult age and realize almost that miracle that happened to Harry, to say, I don't want to be over there. Okay, where to say, Uncle Harry, can you spare me a room, because I don't want to be over there anymore. At least Harry could say yes. But besides that, I really do not see how these kids are gonna get out of this craziness over there. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And I think it's the next tweet is making the same reference to the kids, but my thing is, I'm not gonna try to focus too much on the kids. It's who is trying to focus on the kids. All right, there's the Princess Charlotte's behavior at funeral meant Kate was scolded. Okay, Princess Charlotte reportedly exercised bad behavior at Queen Elizabeth funeral. But if they're saying this about Charlotte, what were they saying about the other kids during the Jubilee? Did you guys see what was happening during the Jubilee? My goodness. Oh my God. I'm starting to, not starting, but I already know that. But I'm thinking these people are fully backward. I forgot, what were they saying? I was trying so much to not talk too much about the kids because they were just being kids. But their behavior you could see. But what were they saying about the kids during the Jubilee, if this is what they're saying now about Charlotte? Because at least the pictures that I was seeing coming out of the funeral from Lou, what's the first one? George and Charlotte. Okay, at least the pictures that I saw coming out of the funeral of these two kids, they were exceptional compared to what I was seeing during the Jubilee. You know what they need to do? Louis needs to put them in their place. This is the only thing. Louis is gonna put them in their place. I don't think this is why they didn't even bother bringing them, because he will tell them what. I think Louis is the one who's gonna put everybody in their place, because he doesn't mess around with them. Because they're taking, you know how they do the quiet one, they tend to bully the most. So you have Charlotte, who's more, at least from the outside, all right, who is more somewhat reserved and more behavior wise kind of settle. Because I think during the Jubilee, one picture that I saw, and I think maybe it may not be the Jubilee, somewhere, okay, not too long ago, she was trying to calm or direct Louis to behave in a better way. Okay, so I don't know what they're talking about. These people are fully, they like to stir. That's what it is. The tabloid or stirring the pot for the about the kids. And for the side piece, if this is true, she dared to say anything about those kids.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
For the side piece, if this is true, she dared to say anything about those kids.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
She dare say anything about the kids because her space is not to open her mouth about the kids. She should know her space. Just go, do her side piece. Well, she's no longer a side piece. She's the main thing. Okay, she's at the spot where she wanted to be. She should focus on that. Okay, because when you want everything, don't talk about Princess Diana's children. I should not be talking about this, really, only because of Princess Diana. Only because of Princess Diana. Because these kids are Princess Diana's grandchildren. But like they said, the doormat is willing to take it for shiny object. Alright? It meant her mother, Kate Middleton, had to be scolded by a very senior royal. Oh God. Prince George 9 and Princess Charlotte 7 surprised the world when what did they say here? Okay, so that's it. Oh Lord. Okay, I hope future spare will be able to carve out their own lives instead of being a just in case for the monarchy. If future spares are able to do this, they should thank Prince Harry for providing the blueprint. Exactly. All right. What I don't understand is why we'll expect that just in case to be such a deformed failures. Isn't business continuity about ensuring your just in case is strong? The thing is that they want to be able to just sit back, lounge their feet, eat grapes, while all the blame is passing on to the spare. Okay, because of they don't consider these people as human. This is my humble opinion. They don't consider these kids as human, or spares, or whatever, the royals as human. It's just that figurehead they consider, they put on the pedestal, and they will do anything to protect them. Not the spare though. Alright, not the spare. The spare become more relevant if something happened to the main character. Alright, but all this we're leaving up to God, and hopefully this kind of mentality, this kind of behavior, this kind of abuse, this kind of sadistic kind of behavior need to stop. It's not healthy, because when human being is born, they're breathing, they eating, they feeling, they do all of this human kind of behavior thing. They should not be subjected to this kind of behavior. All right. Let's see here. They have moved to another spare. I wish Kate and William can call out the media now before their children go up. I don't know. That mentality that Charles had, I think William, in my humble opinion, William already possessed it, because I think his only main focus is the firstborn. The rest, I really don't think he cares that much. When you look at, for instance, there was something that was happening. I think it was during the pandemic. He was holding an umbrella, okay, to himself, but more toward the brother. The girl, forget it. Not even a piece of the umbrella was over her. Okay, when he should have at least either carry her, where the umbrella is covering all three of them. I don't think he really cared that much. Okay, William has no capital to call out the media. It seems, okay, it's time his children did the job of protecting him. Okay, Kitty is finally getting her comedic turn, being trashed in the tab to save her loser husband and father-in-law. I don't know. She put herself there and she's willing to take it. But for the kids, if I have, I'm not gonna go out of my way to speak about the kids, but that was the discussion going on Twitter, and I thought I'd share with you. And then my humble opinion, to protect the kids. At least, I don't know. I don't know if I'm protecting the kids. I'm not in the business or in the space to protect them, but at least to let people see the other way. It doesn't have to be that way. And at the same time, pray for the kids. Let miracle happen, just like miracle that happened to Harry happened to them as well, for them to see the light and carve out their own future. Okay, my daughter cried at her grandfather's funeral. She's the same age. Keeps asking why Grampy have to die. It's so hard explaining. I feel it was wrong, Kate and William bringing the kids to a funeral and had to endure the whole process the whole day. Actually, while I'm reading this, I was thinking of this. Maybe the reason why the child was crying because of the grandfather, I'm assuming, okay, there were more human connection where, usually grandparents love to hang out with their grandkids. They enjoy to spoil them, to see what their kids have produced, whatever goes into grandparents. I'm not a grandparent yet. So they spoiled the kids. Maybe there was some connection here. But in the royal family, I don't think there's that much connection. That's for the apps to make you believe, but I don't think there's any connection. What was it? There was an image or video that I think when Princess Anne had what's the boy? Princess Anne's son, when he was a baby. She brought him to the queen. The queen was sitting on a couch and she sat down. Okay, instead of holding the baby, the queen picked up the dog. So I don't think there's any human connection over there. I'm sorry. Alright. So here, this person there's human connection here, but over there, the royal family, there's none. in my humble opinion. This part where they were lowering the casket, I didn't think it was right for the kids to see, because for some kids it's hard to comprehend what it's meant. They want the kids to grow up so fast. I don't know. Alright, this is why royal family were so determined to erase certain clips from the funeral. I mean, it's there. You have control of to open the TV and what the kids watch. But live, being in the present there, you can control what the kids are looking at. And when the thing is already set out, this is the way it's gonna be. Okay? The main thing is the kid should not even be there in the live event when the thing is happening. But at home, this is not an excuse for the royal family to say for the kids, nah. Eventually the kids will grow up and understand. But right now, okay, where they don't understand, where it might create a traumatized experience for them to see it now, when the brain is not fully developed to understand proper things, I could understand not bringing them live. But to erase it, it's already happened. You can't erase what already happened. I'm sure people have it, places. There's image of it and all of that. But you have control what your kids watch, what they should watch, and when they watch TV, and what they watch. Because they are children right now. You have control over that. At least I do in my house. My youngest is in punishment right now. He can watch, or he watch what we watch. He doesn't have control of what he wants to watch. And we, as always, we let him know when he can go in the computer, when he could do certain things. While they are at the age where we could control them, we manage the timing. I don't know, these people, they let the kids run wild. You see their behavior at the Jubilee. Okay, let me finish with that. This is why royal family were so determined to erase certain clips from the funeral. As for Kate, I believe even though she loves her kids, she is not hands-on parent. However, it serves Kate and William's right, because they use the kids to get attention and it is backfiring. Alright, this part here, I agree with everything she says, but except the first part. This is why royal family were so determined to erase certain clips from the funeral. Alright, why you have to make the entire nation suffer because of that? The entire nation who wants to see the funeral, why you want them to erase it? You have control of your kids. You control what your kids watch. So the entire country have to suffer because you don't want your kids to watch that? What the F? Alright, so this one is agreeing. I agree. It also shows how Prince George is being groomed to be entitled like dad and grandpa. If he pinched Charlotte cause her to squeal, he's the one who should be reprimanded, not her. Oh, that's right. She's just another spare. There's the thing. It started already. Alright, so I'm getting ready to defend her, and when he start acting like his father. Alright, like I said, I'm reserving my criticism on those kids until they start showing themselves. So we're starting to get a hint of it. Alright, so I'm still reserving my criticism because he is a child, but once he's at the age and he's showing his stupidity, all bets are off. Just don't show it in public. If I see it, I'm gonna speak it. Okay, read the original post. What is it? What happened? Okay, this person is asking what happened. I held my nose and read an article about this incident. If it happens, why did Trigger scold Kate for her daughter's behavior and not her son's? It's no wonder she objected when he gave her a vicious pinch. Double standard at work again. He's heir and she's spare. Wow. Charlotte and Louis are spare. They will be used for the palace tabloid game for kids. No wonder Kate Middleton is stressed, getting scolded by a very senior royal mistress, probably.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Very senior royal mistress.
Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
That her child was acting. Well, like a child, she must miss Princess Meghan taking all the pressure off her by being her scapegoat. Hey, you should have speak up. But the freaking place is like, that box that they all are in, that fishbowl world of light that I call on my other channel I put on my thumbnails. They you have these senior royals who been in the game for so long. She's how do you call this, inserting her behavior, her will onto things that should not be hers. All right, this is not her grandkids. You know, they should give this little lady a break and space to be a child. There it is. Everybody else sees that. Yep, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Kate is the expendable one. Okay, yep, whatever happens to these royal brats, they deserve it. Careless. The kids, we have to reserve our little compassion for the kids until they are at age. Like I said, the kids were too young to be there. Of the kid cry. If the kid cry, she is human. That's the thing. There it is. She is human. But these people, they don't see them as human at all. Alright, so I'm sort of done with the kids. Alright, I try my best to speak in a positive way, and I think I did okay.
I think I'm gonna be solid.
Just maybe you're being too picky.
Alright, now we're moving to King FC. Alright, the third. This is some of the things we're not hearing too much about. Quite a fit to airbrush out your father and your son. Prince Philip and Prince Harry were the previous incumbent and merit no mention. Okay, so that was Friday the 28th October 2022. I almost forgot to share this with you. I bookmark it on my Twitter feed, but it's someone who liked it. I think I retweeted it and someone liked it and it popped up on my notification and I was like, oh, let me add it. All right. Royal Communication. His Majesty the King is announced as Captain General Royal Marines on the 350th anniversary of the Corps. Guess what? This is the thing that Harry was Captain Henry Wells of that particular thing, where I don't know the term. I'm trying to describe, okay? Where Harry and Meghan went when Harry wore the black and red suit and Meghan wore all red. Okay, the Royal Marine thing, when they were leaving, they did that cheer, hip hip hooray 3 times. Okay, so Charles wants that. Charles wants to be, oh my God, I can't believe when I read this. I didn't read that yet, but some of the things that I was seeing. Okay, His Majesty the King will serve as the ceremonial head of the Royal Marine, taking on the role of Captain General. That was the term, Captain General. The announcement comes on the 358th anniversary of the founding of the Corps of Royal Marines, which was formed on 20th October 1664 during the reign of King Charles II. Widely acknowledged as one of the world's elite fighting forces, the Royal Marine Commandos are the amphibious troops of the Royal Navy. They are deployed across the globe as specialists in combat and extreme climates, serving on the most dangerous operation under the most challenging conditions. As I'm reading this, you know what coming to mind? What was it? Prince Philip sent Charles to one of those tough schools, and he could not even handle it. He was crying to come back, but yet he wants to beat the pot. I don't know if any of you know about this story. When he was young, Prince Philip wanted to tough him up and to send him in the school that he had. I don't remember the name of the school, but I remember that story. Prince Philip wanted Charles to be tough, get the same kind of experience that he got from that school, because he's gonna be king. So Prince Philip thought he would be that. He was crying to come back and he hated it. But yet, this also reminds me of Edward, who doesn't want to be in the army, whatever military. I don't know which branch of the military. Okay, he didn't even finish, but yet he loves to dress up. This is the same mentality that I'm seeing here. They don't want to do the work, but they want to be the head of it. This is it. But Harry, on the other hand, he did the work. In other words, he put his foot where his mouth is. He put his money where his mouth is. Okay, so he did the work. He walked the walk. He did the work. All right, so these are the things that came to mind as I was reading this. All right, the appointment of the ceremonial head of the Royal Marines has historically been held by the monarch, included the king's grandfather and great-grandfather. And a personal message to the Royal Marines as they mark their 350th birthday today, the king said, quote, "It is the greatest possible pleasure to assume the role of your Captain General. I am exceptionally proud to follow the footsteps of so many members of my family over the last 3.5 centuries, all whom held the role with a deep sense of admiration." You don't deserve it. But the thing is that, wait until I'm going to read my comment. All right? I'm going to reserve my idea here. My comment on this. The Royal Marines have distinguished and unparalleled history both on land and at sea. I draw immense inspiration from your courage, determination, self-discipline, and a remarkable capacity to endure in the most extreme environments. He continues, I feel greatly honored to become part of the Crumbs family. You give yourself the thing. You don't deserve it though. And very much look forward to meeting many of you in the near future. In the meantime, this comes with my heartfelt and special wishes for a very happy 350th birthday. Perma Petaran. As Prince of Wales, the Kings embarked on a career in the Royal Navy, undergoing training at the Commando Training Center, Royal Marine, and Lambstone, Devon, in order to qualify as a helicopter pilot. His Majesty later served alongside Royal Marine on board HMS Hmmm as part of 845 Naval Air Squadron, completing military exercise in the Western Atlantic and the West Indies. As Prince of Wales, the King embarked. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, I just read what's there. Okay, so let's do the comments here. This is me here. Wait a effing minute. Isn't the sovereign the head of the UK military? Okay, I've been saying this for so many times, so long. The sovereign is the head of all the military over there. Whatever branches of military they have over there, the sovereign is the head of that. All right, where that was supposed to be she, where he or she has a say on war of peace, why is he going after Crumbs of the Duke of Sussex? Ah, the mindset. Title makes a man, not the man's character, and work ethic make the position elevated. King effing Charles III will be the next Duke of Sussex. Nah, I don't know. They want everything that Harry had. They think it's just the title that makes the man, when it is the man that makes the title. Okay, yes, we all know Charles is petty. However, I find it extremely interesting that the Queen gave Philip and Harry this duty, her beloved husband and her honorable grandson. I trust the Queen's judgment, not Charles. Of course, because the new Philip and Hazard genuinely care about the military. The rest of the family continue to award themselves medals and dress up like toy soldiers. Exactly. Right, there isn't a moment Charles sees big picture or what will serve his visuals best. Many gave a pass, blaming men in grey suit advising him poorly. No, spite, low self-esteem at root with Charles drinking from the well that strokes him. The Crown number 5 will remind the world of this. Alright, let's see it. Charles' mother gave it not to him, but Philip, Harry, 2 men who served. That's the thing I was sort of saying. Airbrush Harry out. So there's that about this is the thing I was making reference here. Wow, this man has no respect. That memo is ridiculous. 3 cheers for Prince Harry. Hip, 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 hooray. That's what I was saying before. Okay. The man-child is nothing but a tool for the heinous, cruel, petty courtiers and men in grey suits, who majority are right-wing racists planned by the Daily Fair. Okay, at least he didn't give it to his lazy elder son. No matter what, they still are the same. Okay, dear God, no. Lazy really peggers has been MIA for weeks. The squad made a video out of that. Okay, let's read what's there and then move on to the next one. Okay, wow. The total self-absorbed and intolerable egomaniac has been exposing himself at every turn since he became king. This thing, I don't know. It should not even be near him. I always, guess what? Anne would even deserve that. I think even, did she serve? I don't know what she served. But her character over there, like I said, she doesn't give a shit. She just do the work. I think Anne deserve it more than any of them over there. All right. The other one is a pedophile, so he's out of the picture. I mean, what else is to expect of King Charles, though? The moment he withdrew security from a toddler, I have come to expect absolutely anything from him. Okay, Charles King III, the way they spell it, has always been an insecure, petty little man. Charles has always seemed to feel antipathy toward his father, a much stronger man. Harry has always seemed much like his grandfather in many ways, likely why he was so beloved by his grandmother. Charles revealed his petty nature more and more, some king he is turning out to be. Okay, you're absolutely correct. He is a very small man. Okay, what it is about Charles that keeps such horrible communication staff around him. There's the rolling eye. It's the same with William. Aren't there any competent people working in those palaces paid by British taxpayers? As a king, his mind should be focused on overall of everything, but not small little details like this. This appointment should have gone to someone else, where someone that he trusts. Like I said, Anne should have been the one who overlook it and then report to him. But I don't know. He wants cheers. He wants all of that. All right. So let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment, but let's move on. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link, Cash App links in the description. You can donate or you can become a member. Those who have donated, thank you. And thank you for your support.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.